Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. It is Thursday, September 18th, 2025, and I don't know if you've heard, but there is a 24-hour stamp sale happening right now. In fact, there is just a few more hours left. And even though I am out of town and have pre-recorded this video for you, I just had to share this amazing sale. So today only, Thursday, September 18th, you'll save 15% off stamp sets and stamp tools, including clear blocks, the chamois, the scrub pad, and other stamp tools, I think like that foam pad. So check it out online right now. You can go to my store at juliedavison.com/shop. Don't forget, if you order $40 or more from me in September before tax and shipping and after your Stampin Rewards or discounts, you will get my September bonus project kit, which is going to be featuring the Gathering Together suite. I'm so excited. Next week, I'll be doing our online class with the Painterly Pairs suite, and I had hoped to have the designs done for Gathering Together, but it just didn't happen. I ran out of time, but this paper is gorgeous and you are going to love it as much as I do, I'm sure. So today I just wanted to highlight some of my favorite stamp sets. Now, of course, with this 24-hour sale, it's 15% off all stamp sets. It does exclude last chance products, but I find that this kind of sale is really perfect for some of the standalone stamp sets, because if there is coordinating dies when you get a stamp set, it's better to get the bundle because you get 10% off the dies and 10% off the stamp set. And so even with this sale, it's better probably still to get the bundle because you're getting a discount on both the stamps and the dies. Now, the bundles are not discounted in this sale, only the stamp sets. So today I wanted to highlight some of my favorite standalone stamp sets that you might consider with this 15% off sale that's happening today. And so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you some project ideas, or I'm going to demonstrate one card and sort of add a little something to another project that I'm working on. But it is going to be a little bit of a shorter video because I need to go pack. I need to pack. We are leaving on this cruise. In fact, well, I'm leaving shortly after I filmed this video. And as soon as I get packed, and we're flying to Newark, and then Thursday morning, so this morning, the day that you're watching this, we will be leaving on a cruise ship to go to New England. We're going to stop in Boston and in Portland, Maine, and then 2 stops in Canada. So I'm really excited about this trip, going along with my parents and my sister who's celebrating her birthday this weekend. So it's going to be such a fun trip, but I've been trying to squeeze so much in to share with you before I leave. So let's dig in. 24-hour stamp sale. Of course, the best way to just see what's on sale is just to go to the store and just like click on the ad on the front page, and it will show you all the stamps that are on sale. It'll show you the sale prices as well, so you can take a look at that. Okay, so my number one pick to get during the stamp sale, of course, is my stamp set with you in mind. If you don't have it already, what are you waiting for? I guess you were waiting for this sale, because now you can get it 15% off. Oh yeah. Now mine is like well loved, and honestly, I kind of think maybe I might get a second one, like for the archives or something. So 15% off. And of course, if you're a demonstrator, you're getting your 25% discount on top, or the 20 to 25%, depending on if you're bronze or bronze elite. You're getting that discount like on the sale price. So yeah, it's a win. Now, if you're not a demonstrator yet and you've been thinking about it, Stampin' Up has said there's going to be a sign-up special next month in October. I don't know any details yet, but I think it'll be definitely worth something checking out. So if you're on the fence, if that's something you're thinking about, hang tight another couple weeks, and I don't know. I don't know what it is either. So we're going to find out together. So I wanted to show you a project with you in mind. I made a bunch of cards using with you in mind, and the Everyday Happiness designer paper. This came out in the January scrapbooking brochure. It has a scrapbooking workshop kit that goes with it. I think the stamp set and bundle is on the last chance list, but I made some cards using my stamp set with you in mind, and these colors. Now, these cards do use the wild wheat color, which is now retired. But I think Darling Duckling would go really nicely as well with this designer paper. Here's another card with gray granite, another color that is in the designer paper. I used gray granite and Pretty Peacock with some of the plaid paper. Here's one, love this. This was a back pocket card layout that I did. Such a fun layout. You can do this with any designer paper, but I think this paper is so pretty. Here's one I did. Now, I shared a similar double gatefold top fold card recently with the Painterly Pear Suite during Sunday stamping. So I'll link up to that video if you haven't seen it. This is exactly the same thing. I just used different paper and a different stamp set. And lastly, I've got this card here, thinking of you, stamping the stars on the designer paper in the background. So fun. One of the favorite things about this stamp set is the versatile sentiments. Happy birthday, best wishes, thank you, and thinking of you. I just think these are sentiments that you're going to turn to again and again and again. So tonight we're going to make another card using with you in mind. I feel like it's been a little while since I got it out and used it, and what perfect excuse to get it out with this sale. So this is a card I've done before, and so it might look familiar, but I don't think I've shown it on here. I think it was a bonus project when I did the With You in Mind class, and I demonstrated a similar project on the Demonstrator planning place. So this is kind of a Z-fold card. I'm using a 4 1/4 by 11-inch piece of cardstock, and I've scored it at 4 1/4 and 7 inches. So I'm going to use my bone folder, and I'm going to get a nice good crease on those score lines. And this is gray granite, if I forgot to say it. So this is just a half a sheet of cardstock, and it's kind of a different size fold. It does, like when it's all folded up, it does fit into an envelope, and it is like a regular size card, but you just kind of got a little bit of a different fold there. So I will have the measurements for you in the video description when we're all done. Let me show you the other pieces. So I've got 2 pieces that are going to be layered. Designer paper is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, and then the layered piece is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So both of these are going to be layered on Lost Lagoon cardstock. But before I glue this one down, I'm going to do a little stamping on it. I have another piece for writing on the inside. This is 2 1/2 by 3 3/4, and it is basic white. I have a basic white 2 3/8 inch circle. And our last piece is a little accent strip. It's 1 1/2 by 4 inches, and I'm using Pretty Peacock for this piece. For this card, I'm going to stamp the flower, the leaf, and the thank you. And let me grab my grid paper. All right, so for the flowers, I'm going to stamp using Lost Lagoon for the flowers, and I'm going to do gray granite for the leaves. And I'm stamping on designer paper, which can be a little scary because if you flip it over, it's a different design. But it's kind of fun to customize your designer paper and add some color to it. So I'm going to do a trio 1, 2, 3 of the flowers, and then I'm going to add the leaves in different directions to kind of highlight all of the corners there. Our sentiment will be stamped in Pretty Peacock ink on the white circle. I'm kind of wondering if I should have done Pretty Peacock flowers, but I don't know. I kind of like that being a little more subtle. So let's go ahead and glue this down. I'm using regular Stampin' Seal to adhere this to the Lost Lagoon layer, and I'll do this side as well. Oh, see, I love those flowers. So these squares are going to go on the front and the inside, right in the center. I thought I needed a square there. What did I do wrong? Well, I think, okay, I want this one to be the big square. And I think what I need to do is to cut down the other side. I guess I got my measurements wrong a little bit. So let's do some measuring. We have a ruler down here. And so this is 4 inches by 4 1/4. So that means I need this piece to be a 1/4 inch smaller. I'm going to try to separate the designer paper from the cardstock. Whew, that was a little rough. Not my best work there. And I'm going to cut, right now it's a square, and so I need it to be just a little bit smaller. So I'm going to cut it, let's see, it's 3 3/4. I'm going to cut it at 3 1/2. I'll have the right measurements for you in the video description. I don't know why I thought they were the same. And let's see, this is going to be that way, so I want to cut it here. So this is going to be 3 1/2 by 3 1/4. Okay. It's a bit messy, but we're going to make it work. And this is going to go centered here. So it's a little bit skinnier. And then our white piece is going to go in the center over there. And we are going to do a little stamping on that really quick. Let's bring out the flower and the leaf. And we'll add this to the center of the card. So when the card is closed, you get a little bit of layering there. We'll add our thank you over here. I just realized that our flower is going to be covered up. I did not plan that very well. I think, let's tear it apart again and rotate it. There we go. Now that's going to work out better. I want to add a little banner tip here on the Pretty Peacock cardstock. So I'm just going to cut up the center and add a little banner tip. This is going to have adhesive. Make sure you don't have adhesive on the very end so you don't glue the card closed. We'll do our dimensionals there. I was debating whether it needed a little bit of, man, I really, really, really wish I had more color. More of the Pretty Peacock back there. What do I have in here? Hang on a second. What can I add? I'm going to bring out the Elements of Text stamp set. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I've not used I've not used this at all. What? I think that this stamp set I used at Mom's house, and apparently I never used it here. Now this one I think is on the last chance list, so I'm not sure that it is included in the sale. It says excluding last chance. However, I feel like I saw when I was looking at the promotion page. So just check it out. Maybe it will be on sale, maybe not. I just wanted to add some color back here with the pretty peacock. So I'm gonna just add a little bit of that peacock. And maybe that's too much. I don't know. You tell me what you think. I think it ties in the dots over here. I kind of like it. Although I'm really feeling like it needs a little bit of that yellow. And I don't think I have my, I don't have the wild wheat anymore, but I do have Darling Duckling. Oh no, that's too yellow. I thought maybe it would go, but I think that is just a little too much. I gotta see what I have for a ribbon. It needs something, don't you think? Okay, I think the pretty peacock is actually retired. Plus, I think it's too much peacock anyway. But I think that this gold ribbon, like, might bring in some of that yellow and be just what we need. So I'm gonna add this, do my little tear and tape trick. Add that behind the circle, and the circle's gonna kind of cover it up. Ah, that's perfect. Let's add that circle with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Oh, a brand new sheet. It never stays brand new for long, does it? Gonna put that right in there. Thank you. So fun. That yellow is too bright. Let's add some bling. I was debating whether to do the 2025 to 2027 in color pearls, because I thought maybe the cloud cover would kind of be in between the Lost Lagoon and Gray Granite. Oh, that is pretty. I also pulled out the antique pearls because it kind of has that sort of like goldish vibe to it. And I really feel like we need a little bit more of that yellow. So you could go either way, I think. I would say this or that, but I won't be able to see your comments. So I'm just going to make an executive decision. So hard without you guys live. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm going to add a few of these antique pearls to dress up our card a little bit. There we go. Thank you. All right, not my favorite. I'll be honest, it's not my favorite, but I do love this stamp set, and I think you can have so much fun with the Everyday Happiness designer paper. And so if you don't have this stamp set yet with you in mind, I hope that you'll get it right now while it's on sale, 15% off. It's kind of a steal, right? It's such an awesome stamp set. All right, let me know. Leave me a comment. Yay or nay, do you have my stamp set already with you in mind? And I'll have the link to this stamp set and all the stamp sets I'm going to show you in the video description, so you can check that out when we're all done and do a little shopping. All right, our next project, we're bridging to another stamp set, but this is a little note card holder that I made. And of course, look at that. I used with you in mind to create some really clean and simple note cards with envelopes to go in this little note card holder. And I will link up to a video where I showed how to make this note card holder. So if you haven't seen it before, it is from one piece of designer paper that's 12 by 12. And you can make this really cute little folder to hold note cards and envelopes. But I never did decorate the front of the front of the folder. So I thought I would do that today. I cut some extra pieces here of the Everyday Happiness designer paper. This is 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. And this is 1 by 3. I think maybe 3 1/4. And so the stamp set I'm going to use to make our embellishment is this one, Encircled with Love. This is another standalone stamp set. Now it does coordinate with several circle punches, including the new 1 7/8 inch circle punch, but it is not bundled with the punches. And so if this is a stamp set you've been thinking about, now is a great time. Today only get 15% off this stamp set, Encircled with Love. So I'm going to use some old olive ink to stamp this stamp that says a little something for you. I love making little note cards like this. I think it's such a fun little gift to give to someone, especially someone who's not necessarily a card maker, because they sure do love sending cards out and maybe don't necessarily feel like they can make it themselves. Now this is 2 inches. I do have the 1 7/8 inch circle punch. I almost think it's going to be a little big. So that's what it would look like with the 1 7/8 inch. Let's take a look at 1 3/4. I kind of like the 1 3/4 inch. There is a little border, but it's not too much. I love my circle punches. I use them all the time. And you know what? I almost feel like that could use a little something. Like I think we need a little layer. So this is 1 3/4. Let's make a layer with Lost Lagoon and 1 7/8 inch. I gotta find a scrap. Okay, that's not working out. So I'm going to reach over to my bin of card friends and I'm just going to punch from there. So we're going to do 1 7/8 to layer. I love how that just adds a little bit of a layer there. But now I probably want to change out my little strip because I don't necessarily want Lost Lagoon again. So let's bring in some gray granite. This will be a nice little accent strip. And oh yeah, I like that. Actually, I'm gonna make it a little longer and cut a banner on one side. I'm sure some of you are saying, oh, use Pretty Peacock. I thought about Pretty peacock, but I worry that it's maybe a little too much, like a little too dark. It would take away too much from the, a little something for you. I'm going to put this down with regular adhesive down on the front, and then add the banner. And then this is going to layer on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. A little something for you. And I don't know, but I feel like a little bling would be perfect on here. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna do one right there. So there's our little folder using with you in mind for the note cards and encircled with love for the front. I use that everyday happiness designer paper for this, and I'll link up to the video tutorial if you would like to see how to create this little note card folder so that you can make a little something for a little someone. Let me show you some more samples of the Encircled with Love stamp set. This is such a fun one that coordinates with so many different circle punches. Here are some cards that I created with the Floral Charm designer paper. This one was with a back pocket card layout. This one I created for a Sunday stamping video, again using the Floral Charm and the Timid Tiger ink pad. This one says thank you, also from the Encircled with Love stamp set, and using some Floral Charm designer paper. This card was one that was created by Diane Gorski, and I love that she used this stamp, You're on my mind and in my heart. I haven't made a card with that yet, but I think it's absolutely perfect, especially in any color. Like, I would never have thought to do hearts in brown, but I love the way this coordinates with the Mossy Meadow and the beautiful gallery designer paper. Do you guys have Encircled with Love? I think it's such a great stamp set, and if you don't have it yet, it is a perfect time to get it with a 15% discount right now during the 24-hour stamp sale. Let's take a look at a few more stamp sets and cards. I have just a couple more to share with you, not a lot. One of the stamp sets that I got back in May, and I haven't used it yet. I think this is so sad. I guess I've used a couple of them, just the greetings. But this stamp set has flowers in it, and I love the way that Jill showed off the flowers in her card here with Petunia Pop, Granny Apple Green, and Daffodil Delight. Isn't that just so cute? I especially love the brushed brass butterflies to embellish. Jill Pace used the textured note dies to layer the rectangles here, and I just love everything about this card. So Blooming Phrases on sale right now, 15% off. Of course, all the stamp sets are 15% off. But I always think that the standalone stamp sets like this, it's just sort of like an extra little incentive for the ones that don't have any bundle pricing normally. Now, our next card I had paired with the Elements of Text. I'm not sure if this stamp set is included in the sale because I think it is on the last chance list. However, the Artistic Leaves stamp set that I used to create this card at Mom's house is included in the sale. This is an online exclusive that came out in July, and it's kind of a two-step set, so you can have different colored on your leaf images. It's such a fun stamp set, and I was so happy to play with it at Mom's house. This is some of the Irresistible paper, and I used the blending brush to add some color to it with a little crumb cake to make those embossed lines pop. Another online exclusive that came out in July, one of my favorites, is the Prairie Grass stamp set. This one has been so popular that I think it's sold out a couple times. I'm pretty sure it's back in stock, or at least it was at the time I filmed this video, but with the 15% off sale, it might be sold out again. If it's not, I highly encourage you to get this stamp set. I created this card using the Thoughtful Journey designer paper. There's those brushed brass butterflies again. Just go ahead and add a pack to your cart if you don't have those already, they go with everything. Now, I especially love the prairie grass stamp set because I live in central Illinois and I have prairie grass all around me. And so it just makes me feel at home here. But the sentiments in this stamp set, prairie grass, are just so wonderful for sending encouraging cards to your friends and family. Sometimes life is just hard. You're not alone. I'm here for you. Sending the healing power of love. So very sorry. My shoulder is yours. I'm sure that you know someone that you could send a card like this to. Prairie grass stamp set. Definitely check this one out during the 15% off sale. And we have the Jar of Joy stamp set. Now this one does coordinate with the jar punch. However, it's not bundled with the jar punch. The Jar of Joy includes some Christmassy images, including the cookies, ornaments, and the cute little snowman. You can get the jar punch separately, but it's not available as a bundle, so it's definitely time to get the Jar of Joy stamp set 15% off. I created this card with the Need for Tweed designer paper, showcasing some of the green and red, so perfect for Christmas. My last sample is one I actually don't have the stamp set for. This swap came from Mary Ellen Stites, and this has been such a popular stamp set. It's called Peaceful View, and it's actually just one big stamp. I'm tempted. I am definitely tempted during this sale to get the Peaceful View stamp set because it is on sale. That is one big background. It is a rubber stamp, and so probably it is going to be retired in April when all the rubber stamps are going to be moved to the last chance list. So if you've been eyeing this stamp set, it is a perfect time to get it. 15% off for one day only. All right, I hope you like that little peek at some of my favorite stamp sets. Make sure you check out this sale. There is literally just a couple hours left to take advantage of the 24-hour stamp sale. It ends at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time tonight on Thursday, September 18th, 2025. If you're watching the replay, I hope that you're still inspired by the ideas that I shared. We've got so much going on right now. I couldn't believe some of the updates that came from Stampin' Up, including this exciting announcement. Stampin' Up is doing a 12 days of crafting advent calendar. Sign me up. I'm so excited about this. It is literally a gift box with 12 different gifts, including a bonus stamp set that is like a 13th gift. This includes $120 in Stampin' Up product that has never been seen before. The products included in the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar are exclusive to this special gifting opportunity. It is suggested that you get one for yourself and a friend so you can open and enjoy them together. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely getting one for myself, and I'm going to check my list twice and see who's been good this year. The 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar is going to be on sale starting Tuesday, September 23rd. So make sure that you get on and order it right away because it is while supplies last. And I anticipate that this 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar is definitely going to sell out. So if you want to get one, make sure you mark your calendar for Tuesday, September 23rd, and get on there and order it. Here's the item number, 167335. It's $99 plus tax and shipping and all that good stuff. It is going to ship out right away. So if you don't want to wait for Advent, you can just go ahead and open all your gifts right now in September. Or you can open them one at a time and space them out. I'm kind of thinking it would be fun to have a Facebook group where we open them together and maybe share things that we've made. And so I can't even think about it right now as I'm trying to get ready for my trip. But stay tuned for details. I'll try to formulate some kind of plan. If you would like to be in on that, just make sure that you order your gift box and we'll have some fun with it. All right, so that's going to be available on Tuesday, but the stamp sale ends today. Stampin' Up also announced a new virtual class that's going to feature traditions of Christmas. That's the same suite that I'm featuring in my virtual retreat. So you can have some double dose of creativity if you want to participate in Stampin' Up's virtual class featuring traditions of Christmas. More information will be posted on October 1st, and you'll be able to purchase that digital class on that day. Now, the class itself is going to happen on October 23rd, which I think is a Thursday. It's going to be in the middle of the afternoon, 2 o'clock Mountain Time, for a couple hours. So check that out. But if you are interested in my virtual event, then you can check out details right now at tinyurl.com/traditions of Christmas retreat. Now, I will start sending invoices on October 1st. So if you've already signed up, no worries, you're on the list. And I will definitely make sure that you get all your goodies to create these projects. We're going to have 5 make and takes, including 3 cards with exclusive back pocket card layouts, and I have 5 people that are going to be guest stampers for the event, and so they're going to do a sweet spotlight demonstration, so you're going to get extra bonus inspiration for other suites in the new mini catalog and online exclusives. And whenever you're ordering, whether it's now or next week, if you haven't already, make sure to get the Handmade and Heartfelt Card Kit. This is what Stampin' Up will be featuring for World Card Making Day coming up on Saturday, October 4th. Now, you can watch the event for free, and I highly recommend registering so that you get your free gift that they're going to send out after the event. But if you would like to craft along, make sure to get the Handmade and Heartfelt Card Kit on your next order. It's item number 166213, and the kit is $32. It includes materials to make 10 cards, 2 each of 5 different designs, plus a really cute little desk organizer. Okay, that's it for me now. If you enjoyed tonight's video, a little quick dose of inspiration, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because you don't want to miss out on the upcoming videos. We've got a lot going on. Sunday stamping this week, Sunday stamping next week, Thursday night stamp therapy with the Painterly Pairs online class next week. You guys are going to love it. I hope that you have a fabulous week of stamping, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye, everybody.